All right. We actually have some good music behind us. It's a loading screen music for DDO because somehow I managed to time it launching the game, so it started playing just as soon as I was done with the fade out of the intro music, which, by the way, if you don't know, the intro music I play on my personal channel is Cordovan's old band from like 20 years ago. Way to make the community manager feel old. However, we're here to discuss Year of the Dragon. Let's get into it. First of all, I got the website up here right now. Gonna zoom up here. Look at that amazing key art. I'm gonna drop the link for Year of the Dragon into chat so y'all can follow along as we go through it. Alright, so basically, conceptually, what the hell is Year of the Dragon? Firstly, it is the 50th anniversary of Dungeons and Dragons. And it is also the lunar year of the dragon, so I guess everybody's doing a little bit of cultural appropriation. And they're taking Year of the Dragon a little bit seriously around here as Dungeons and Dragons. You know, it's a thing. So what DDO is doing, by the way, look at that badass Year of the Dragon with the purple eye. Why does it have to be a purple eye? Come on. WoW's already done that. Not just kidding. Actually they have. But, nice key art. There's actually another key art that we'll see once we scroll down. You can kind of see it peeking up around my name here. But the concept of Year of the Dragon for DDO is that every month, starting at the end, every last Wednesday of the... You know what? They just explain what the hell it is. Alright. And, as they say, in celebration of D&D's 50th anniversary, DDO is launching the Year of the Dragon, featuring... Yeah, I'm just going to read it verbatim, so for those who may be visually impaired, of which there are people who play DDO with their friends, or, you know, folks who are interested in Dungeons and Dragons might be interested in this. I don't judge. And I would fully love the game to be more accessible. Alright, back to it. Featuring a monthly giveaway of free dungeon-themed gifts. Don't miss out. Starting on the last Wednesday of every month, which we'll get to that, new drops will be released and will remain available to redeem for free only until the next offering debuts. These are not just any gifts, they say. And this is kind of where I kind of like, okay, don't oversell it, marketing. Come on. Keep it chill. Keep it cool. They're a treasure trove of select in-game items, special cosmetics, and spectacular surprises that promise to add a draconic edge to your DDO experience. Join us in-game on February 28th, 2024 for our inaugural launch and claim your first limited-time drop, the Dragon Lord archetype, to begin your Year of the Dragon adventure. Okay, so what the heck does this mean? It means every last Wednesday of the month for the next year, they are going to be dropping something new for the players. Okay. And the one that starts off, the Dragon Lord archetype has already been on Lamania for 2 weeks now. Okay, Lamania's not always open, but it had its first iteration last week. It had a second iteration. It's actually, as of this particular stream, it's on Lamania right this second. If you watch this asynchronously, it may already be live in game. Who knows? Anyhow, one of the cool things is if you go to the website and you hover over each block, it will tell you when the thing launches. So this drops 2/28 to 2024. And let's go over some of the other items in the list. We've got Gift of the Silver Dragon, which was clarified as a free new adventure pack. As a bonus, VIPs get daily gold rolls for March. And this is, again, where you want to be careful. When they say March, they mean when does the March thing actually launch? And so they have each one listed with a particular date. And because I'm looking at the thing on my stream program, I can't actually see the web page. So I'm going to bring the web page over to this monitor, covering up the game. I'm going to scroll down. Okay, the one for March starts on the 27th of March. So the VIP gold rolls will continue until the April one starts, which is slated for April 24th. So as you hover over each item, it will tell you the date that it's currently scheduled to run. Now, one thing I will caution you is, as usual, standing stone left, the little asterisk near things, and we'll talk about the ones you can see on screen right now, is they also keep it a little bit free and loose with the, schedule subject to change. If you go to the bottom, it does say that on the webpage. Dates and content subject to change. So this is their disclaimer. Always keep the disclaimer in mind. Also, the code currently above my head, as you see, is available until February 11th, 2024. I just wanted to point that out because it is expiring here in a couple of days. If you watch this video after the 11th of February, 2024, I'm sorry, that code no longer works. So that was not really the kickoff to the Year of the Dragon. It's maybe it's a little bit of a prelude, but it doesn't have anything dragon specific. So let's go back to what we have here. So in March, end of March, starts up the Gift of the Silver Dragon, which is a free new adventure pack, and VIPs get daily gold rolls for until the next one comes out, and again, that was April 24th. And it says, curate your expansion cache, have them all, get an elixir of discovery. This one has an asterisk next to it. And it says, limited to 1 per account. Claim on your preferred server. So, that sounds like you get to pick... Okay, so my speculation on what this item is that you're getting to pick from the goodies from a previous expansion. Such as, I don't know, Bottle of Mist for Ravenloft. Or maybe the entire Ravenloft set of goodies that are no longer available on the real money market. Tolero did mention something was in the works about that with in her producer's letter, so we don't know. All right. So after that, the May one is a ground-bound green dragon mount. I, of course, would have preferred it be blue. Everything should be blue in my world. I would want to see what the model is. Because I have ground-bound green dragons in other video games. I have questions. So I guess we're just going to have to see what the model is, how it looks, how it moves, how it jumps. Like, for example, I really, really like the Panther mount from the that one, the Underdark offer. But there's something about the animation on it that kind of just throws me off, and I'm not sure about it. So I don't actually use it, which makes me feel sad because I spent a lot of DDO points on that. All right. Next up, for June, we have a dragon hatchling pet. We don't know what color it is. Maybe it'll be a black one. Maybe it'll be a bronze one. Maybe it'll be Tiamat. I don't know. I don't know if they're allowed to use Tiamat specifically, but maybe. The one, obviously, for if you all know anything about me, July is going to be my favorite. Depending. Because you know me, I love blue. Hello. Druid's Fire is blue. My fire is blue. My icon is blue. So, blue draconic wings. I want them to look badass, as always, because dragon wings should always look badass. But I don't want them to be sky blue. I want them to be sapphire blue. Like the deep blue you can see behind me, that kind of blue. Or that kind of blue. Over there on my icon over there. Deep sapphire blue is kind of what I want them to do it that way. If they make it sky blue, I'm going to be very sad. If they make the dragon wings look doofy, I'm going to be sad. So again, I see that, I'm like, ooh. But then I'm like, ooh, maybe I shouldn't get my hopes up. Maybe it'll look bad. Maybe it will be the wrong shade of blue. Maybe it'll look more like a teal. Like, okay. There's another video game whose signature company colors are blue. No names mentioned. And every time they seem to do some cosmetic armor set or something that has blue in it, it's always like more of a teal blue. And not like matching the company's actual blue color. Like, oh my god, the players can't have our company signature color. We'll have to give them something kind of like it. So I'm manifesting. Give me sapphire blue wings. Give me sapphire blue dragon wings that don't look doofy. Please, please, please. And that game also has some other doofy wings that characters can wear. And please, 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 please. Okay. We'll see how disappointed I am at the end of July. Okay, August, the Draconic Raiders Reward Box. So, Raiders Reward Boxes have been given out a couple of different times over the history of the game. I think I seem to recall, like, the first iteration of those were requiring that you had to have run the raid for which you chose an item from, and if you didn't, well, you were screwed until you ran the raid. But I also remember getting 2 of those boxes since that, and neither of them I had never raided at all by the time I opened those boxes, because I got the Epic Quiver of Alacrity from one of them. I remember that. I think I got a level 23 longsword out of the other one. Anyhow. September, a prismatic dragon outfit. We're not saying chromatic dragon like Tiamat. It kind of sounds like we're going to be a rainbow dragon, which that ain't bad. Maybe it'll be a shiny outfit. You get to pick, like, maybe you get a picker box and you get to pick which color it is. Wouldn't that be cool if you're like, especially if you're a Dragonborn, that you could actually pick what color the outfit is, and it's like sparkly or something? I don't know. I'm kind of thinking maybe they'll utilize technology similar to how Lotro uses a shimmery pattern for Saruman of the many colors. If those you don't know Lord of the Rings lore, Saruman like wore kind of like an He wore an outfit at one point once he'd been revealed to be a traitor. That kind of shimmered slightly with varying colors. And I kind of hope they're using something similar in terms of technology, maybe to shift between the various colors. But I would still be happy if I could just get a picker box and I would just always pick the blues or the silvers. Surprise. And then there is in October, just after my birthday. October is when my birthday is, but the thing will happen after my birthday on the 30th. The day before Halloween. Ooh, Halloween Eve. Horde of Discovery. Now, here's the thing. Is it Horde like the Golden Horde from history? Or for... Okay, we're going to dip into another game again. For the Horde! And that's also 1 per account. I also want to go back here to the August Draconic Raiders reward box. It has 2 asterisks next to it. And as you can see over here, it says limited to 1 per server. So basically, that tells me that you're going to be able to get a Raiders reward box on every single server that's open. Because, of course, we're not getting Hardcore League this year. I'm not, honestly. It just ended earlier today, and I've already sent my crap to Orion. In fact, I'm logged into Orion, and probably after the stream, I'm going to go clean up some of that. Or I might play the game. Anyhow, so 1 Raiders reward box at the end of August on every server. And then in October, you get a Horde of Discovery Selector box. Discovery. Well, we know about the Elixirs of Discovery, right? That will allow you to loot. Well, it gives you an increased chance to loot a named item. So I have a feeling that it's going to give us a choice of pretty cool named items. Question mark? That's my particular theory, but what's going to be in that box? No idea. What sort of level of those items? No idea. Will it just be... I don't think it's going to be a Raiders reward box. I don't think it's necessarily going to be a raid item. Because they already are giving us one for every server. But then again, maybe this will be... Well, if it was... I'm second guessing myself here. Horde Discovery sounds like... Honestly, it really does sound like maybe we're just going to get a selection of really cool named items that a lot of people want. Maybe on... I would say they would probably do both a heroic and an epic / legendary version, because some people won't play. Some people only run heroic over and over and over again. And then there's some folks who just live at a level cap. So we'll see how that goes. And then, let me scoosh this up a little bit. We have Pick of the Dragon's Lair selector box. Nice nod to, of course, the old video game Dragon's Lair, but of course it has nothing to do with it. But I'm sure, I mean, because Dragon's Lairs are iconic, and they're not really one thing or the other, but anytime somebody says Dragon's Lair to me, I think of the video game, right? Alright, Pick of the Dragon's Lair. This sounds like a picker box, and this again is also limited to 1 per account. So I'm thinking, and that drops in November on the 27th of November of this year. I'm kind of thinking they're going to take a list of what's available in dragon-themed quests. For example, Mirrodin Kobolds with the Symbala fight. Just as a note, I and my friend kicked her ass in Hardcore Season 8 for our last treasure piece that got us our golden footprints. So there. And I also kicked her with my Dragonborn on hard 2 levels under on Orion afterwards, because like, yeah, I want to see if I can do that. Anyhow, Pick of the Dragon's Lair. So I'm thinking they're going to take some dragon-themed, like dragon end boss fights, and grab the loot tables for those, and pick like a selection of really cool items out of those, and toss them into the picker box. That sounds cool. Again, just a speculation, 1 per account. Maybe because it's 1 per account, they'll make it really, really good. Also, with the Horde of Discovery being 1 per account, they should make it really, really good. So maybe they will be Dragon Raid rewards. I'm thinking, because here's also a theory. Maybe the Draconic Raiders reward box is the same old Raiders reward box that we've known about. But maybe these two, the Horde of Discovery and the Pick of the Dragon's Lair, are from a new loot table that are also raid related. That would actually make sense to me, considering you only get 1 per server for the October and November ones, but the August one gets you 1 per server, so it can be the older pile of loot or whatever. Okay, December, just after Christmas. Actually, on Christmas Day. Fuck this, it's Christmas Day. DDO's giving us a goodie. RIP whichever dev has to, put that one in. On Christmas Day, Dragon Path Aura Footprints. So, my Dragonborn already has golden footprints. So, Dragon Path? Does this mean everybody gets dragon-shaped footprints and then their aura? So do you pick an aura and then you're... Hang on. Wait, hold up here. Here's a thought. They're not putting an and here. You think, notice that. They're not putting an and here. But I wonder if there's an invisible ampersand here. Dragon Path, aura, and footprints. Like, because when I think auras in DDO, I think of weapon auras. I also think of the same thing over in the other game, Lotro. So... Dragon Path aura. Or maybe they're just glowy footprints that actually like have a little FX, like your foot is here and there's a little FX around it or something. But Dragon Path. But everybody gets footprints. And Dragon Path aura. It feels like you should be picking some kind of path for your character. And then that path will illustrate what color the aura should be? Question mark? Not sure. In the end of January, Armor of the Dragon Cult. I have a feeling this is going to be red. Why? Because everything dragon is red for some reason in the game. Of course, red dragons are pretty, like, oh my god, you fight a red dragon. Like, I mean, the queen of the dragons in another video game is red. I think Tiamat's primary color, aside from her long various heads, is red. I mean, red dragons are a thing, right? One thing I hope that it isn't for this thing is I don't want the Armor of the Dragon Cult to be a recolor of the Silver Dragon armor that I have on my account. I mean, the Silver Dragon armor looks pretty cool. Sort of. It doesn't, I mean, whatever. But I just don't want that to be, I want new dragon armor. I want something new. But I honestly don't want it to be red. So maybe they'll give us a picker box or an NPC that we could talk to, like, I don't know, once a day or something. Like they did the Anniversary Ginny and would let you pick a blue outfit one day and a red outfit the next day and a yellow outfit the third day and a silver one, whatever. And yes, give them pink. I don't care. Pink is not my color, but hey, whatever. And finally, it ends in February, at the end of February 2025. So technically we're getting 13 months of this happiness. Because look, 12, 13. So it's a baker's dozen of it's the baker's dozen of dragons. I hope I'm the first person to make that joke because it's funny. So it ends with the Dragon Disciple archetype. So to me, that's fascinating. From my understanding, is in D&D 3.5, the Dragon Disciple is a sorcerer. No, I lied. In 3.5, I think it's a wizard, but I think there's some speculation. I've already seen some in Shrimp Tom's Discord that maybe this one will be a sorcerer archetype because sorcerer is the only class out of the 4 OG classes for the game to not have an archetype yet. Just let me confirm that real quick. DDOwiki.com. Okay, classes. Okay, let's see. Of the OG classes, Barbarian doesn't... Okay, it has... Let's see, Wizard... Okay, so I think they were talking about either an archetype or an iconic. So Wizard has the Gnome, Deep Gnome iconic. Rogue has Shatterkai. I guess Monk and Paladin both have Sacred Fist, I guess. Cleric, of course, has Dark Apostate. Bard has Stormsinger. Druid has Blightcaster. Ranger has Dark Hunter. Warlock has Acolyte of the Skin. So we kind of thought maybe there'd be a Barbarian one coming. But Disciple kind of implies something more monk-like, honestly. So yeah. And Fighter, of course, is getting the Dragon Lord soon. So out of the races, we have Bladeforge. So Paladin has both. It has a secondary race, and it has an iconic and an archetype. Deep Gnome, of course, is a wizard. Morning Lord is a cleric. PDK is a fighter. So Fighter is going to have both an iconic and an archetype as well. The Razor Claw Shifter is a that is a barbarian. Never mind. Tiefling Scoundrel Bard, Scourge Ranger. So some of these already have, and the Tabaxi Trailblazer as the monk, iconic. So out of these, I think it matches that there isn't an iconic sorcerer, and sorcerer doesn't have an archetype. So, and sorcerer as a disciple, just the name disciple, I honestly think it's going to be a Sork. If it isn't, I'll be very surprised. Okay, so that's what we've got for that. I also do want to... Did they show up? There's actually the key art. The actual key art Cordovin showed off last week on Fridays at 4. So I imagine there's going to be 5 billion questions on this week's Fridays at 4. So you want to watch that on twitch.tv/druidspire. I lied. Twitch.tv/DDO stream. Here's twitch.tv/druidspire. And... So, yeah. So it's a Baker's Dozen Year of the Dragon with 13 really cool gifts. And also, again, bear in mind that we're getting an expansion later this year and level cap increase and all kinds of other fun stuff per the producer's letter. But I also want to go into the fact that... Let's go to... There is a forum thread. I'm actually going to go to the very first post on that thread. Started by Cordovin. I'm going to drop that thread in the chat. And I'm going to link both of these on the YouTube as well. So adding a Draconic Bloodline 2 would help, as Bookworm says. Because Pen Paper Dragon Disciple needs it. Yeah. Alright, so here's the forum thread I want to illustrate to conclude our little party. And I'm going to basically reiterate what the devs have already said as of now, which is just past 8:30 on the evening of February 7th, 2024. So this information may be out of date by the time you watch this video. So... First dev comment is in answer to a question. Somebody's asking about the VIP update, and Cord said that they expect to release more information about their VIP update later this year. And somebody asked about the this curate your expansion cache, and what is it? And they asked, is it a special sale on expansions, expansion giveaways, or something else? And he said that they'll have more information about the specifics of each gift when they are able to be acquired. So basically, it sounds like Cordo will be posting a specific page on the date for each thing to come out. So the April one, he should have a page posted on April 24th. And he admits that this is more of a tease than an info dump. Some items are obvious, others not so much, he said. And again, I want to be very careful about quoting... When I'm quoting somebody from Standing Stone, that I'm accurately crediting them. And whoever runs SSG branding on the forums, who is somebody else on the dev team, who doesn't have an individual login. They said, to clarify, VIPs will get gold rolls for the duration of that drop, starting March 27th and going until April 24th. As I mentioned earlier, I kind of figured this is how it would work, is that the drop, and they say drop, and then we're all kind of thinking Twitch drops because this is being live streamed on Twitch. It'll eventually show up on my YouTube channel. So the gold rolls say March, but they actually mean from March into April. So there's that. And Cord reiterated that as well. And somebody asked, how do those redemptions work via code input on the in-game store, talking to an NPC in-game, or something else? And he says the goal is to have every gift be associated with a visit to an NPC located in the Eberron Hall of Heroes. So kind of like if you have a coffer that you bought for your account, or you have an expansion that had goodies that you bought on the Real Money website, then you go to the Hall of Heroes and unlock, and you get a copy. It's also like the hardcore vendors. Once you unlock something on hardcore, you go to the vendor, get your footprints, etc., or your Archon helmet, or your red pony. I get those now. All right. And next, somebody asks, so will the archetype not be free if you don't collect them within the month? And this is also very important. And I understand there's some consternation in the community about this. And Tolero said, correct. You need to claim them within the month, after which those archetypes will not be free. Also, for clarity, they will be free to VIPs after that month. So there's already a hint as to what's going into the VIP update. And she continues with, but if a VIP claims them during that month, it's permanently on the account thereafter. Same as what happens if you use the free quest coupon on your VIP account for quest packs, essentially. So if you don't claim the archetypes, the one coming up at the end of this month and the one coming up at the end of next February, then as long as you're VIP afterwards, you get the archetypes for free. But if you unsub, then you lose access to those archetypes if you didn't claim them through this process up here. So that's kind of cool. And so far, they're not discussing I honestly wouldn't expect them to mention anything about Dragon Disciple until maybe Christmas. I don't think they're going to mention anything about it until then. Not even what class it is. I like this comment from Ying from the community. Says, players, we want blue Reaper wings. SSG, everyone gets blue wings. Yes. I love it. Okay. But the Ying is not a member of Standing Stone. I just saw his comment. I thought it was funny as hell. All right. Let's keep going through the... Okay, we'll go to page 3. All right. So, Rabbit Fox asked on the forums for wings/footprints. Is the plan that once claimed, you can reacquire them over and over, just like hardcore wings/footprints? And Cordovan replied, yes, you can acquire them again once claimed. We'll have a second NPC that sticks around after the Year of the Dragon NPC leaves that serves as a way to reacquire cosmetics like we've been doing for a while. Okay, good on you, Cordovan. Good on you, Standing Stone. All right, the next dev post, also from Cordovan. He's had a busy day, didn't he? Somebody was asking, is the Raiders... Oh, hey, we talked about this. Is the Raiders reward box similar to the last version, as this Celtic person recalled? That their username handle is Celtic on the forums. As I recall, there were issues the last time that caused some confusion, that as it was based on your character having done a raid in its current life. Or is it for everybody, regardless of raid status, but just with a choice of items from a subset of raids? And Cordovan replied, this is not accurate. The former Raiders reward box was a static list of rewards to pick from. No one had to run a raid to get the box or its contents. We'll have more information about these new gifts from their time cons, but yes, the box will be similar. And then he edited to say, well, maybe I am incorrect. He said, we did several distributions of this box, and yeah, now that I think about it, I think its original distribution was tied to having done a raid. Regardless, all other distributions of this box did not have such a requirement, nor will this one. And that's how I have 2 raid items before I'd ever done a single raid in DDO. Okay. And let's see if there's any other comments. And yeah, there was basically some concern about the whole month naming thing. And Cordovin recommends that if it helps, think of the full title as debuts in whichever month. So March goes from March into April, so just debuts in March, that kind of thing. So basically, they're going to do news articles every time one comes out, and the news recent article available with current active gifts, blah, blah, blah. And so, yeah, they're being deliberately coy about things. Hello, this goes a whole freaking year. So he says we'll probably see some of the stuff ahead of time, but we'll see. And he cited the fact that we can see Dragonlord and Lamania right now, literally right now, as the time this video is being recorded. Lamania is open. Okay. And people are discussing blah, blah, blah about some of the stuff, speculating. And somebody asked Elminster, lovely name, asked Court if they could give us a sneak peek at the cosmetics. I'm going to take a bet he's not going to show us a damn thing on his show on Friday, which that show will be on the 9th of February 2024. I don't expect him to show us anything at all, because the next thing that we can see something cosmetically isn't slated to happen until the end of March, and that's like almost 2 months away. So I don't foresee that being. I will be very surprised. I'll probably if I lose the bet, I lose the bet. Anywho, let me see if he said anything else in the thread. I think it's nope. Everybody else is just people chatting. Alrighty. So that's what we know right now about the Baker's Dozen of the Dragon. Again, some good speculation on what they all might be, but again, the one thing that I want more than anything else out of all of this is that the blue dragon wings don't look stupid and they're deep blue. That's a very low bar to meet, so don't play limbo with it, kids. Anyhow, that's it for me. I'm not going to actually play tonight. I have to go make supper, and I will be on DDO stream tomorrow, because tomorrow, at the time of this recording, is Thursday, and Thursday is when I'm on DDO stream. So twitch.tv/DDO stream in the American afternoon, because that's what time zone I'm in. I'm on server time, basically, so afternoon server time. And on Friday, I'll be on on Lotro stream, the other game for the other channel. And then Saturday, I'll be doing a stream here with something. I don't know what it'll be yet. And again, toss me a follow here on twitch.tv/druidsfire. You can also subscribe for free on the whole terminology on YouTube. YouTube.com/druidsfire should find me as well. Or YouTube.com/c/druidsfire. Pick one. And I will be linking both the forum thread and the Year of the Dragon happiness in the in the YouTube comments for anybody to click on to go find them and see what's what. All right, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you on one of my streams going forward. Bye now.